your manifestation flashlight. In this video, we're gonna turn on your manifestation flashlight. This flashlight, imagine that you got a flashlight, and the flashlight, when you turn it on, it just lights up the things that you want in your reality, that you want in your life. It lights them up. It seeks them. Whether it's more money, it lights it up. Whether it's a bigger business, it lights it up. Whether it's perfect for you or an ideal relationship, it lights it up. Whether it's a better health, a perfect health, it lights it up. Your manifestation flashlight. I look forward to share this with you today. It's been popping up in my mind the last couple of days. This is so powerful. And when you understand this and begin to practice and work with this consciously, you will see the results. You will manifest the things that you want in your life. Ready? So imagine that you have a big, you're going into a big dark room. And in this big dark room, you can't see anything at all, but in this big dark room, just imagine, could be a storage room or something like that, but just imagine that there is everything in this room that you want, and there's everything in this room that you don't want. There's actually everything in this room that you fear. Now, imagine that in your right hand you got a flashlight, and in your left hand you got a flashlight. The difference between these two flashlights, is that the one in your right hand, when you turn that one on, when it lights something up in the room, it lights up the things that you dream of, the things that you want to manifest in your life. That's your manifestation flashlight. Right hand, you turn that on, you see exactly the things that you want in your life. Now imagine in your left hand, you have a flashlight, but this flashlight, when you turn this flashlight on in the dark room where you can't see anything at all, when you turn this flashlight on in your left hand, it will show the things that you don't want. It will show your fears. So imagine in your right hand, you have a dream of growing your business. You want to make more money. You want to attract more clients or customers. And in your right hand, when you turn on that flashlight, it's exactly what you want you see. So maybe you set a goal to yourself saying that, okay, I want to do 1 million in 2025, 1 million more in 2025. You turn on your flashlight and it's just showing you the 1 million more. And when you look at this, you feel it. You're like, okay, I'm there. This is the image of exactly what you want. Can be money, can be business, can be health, can be relationship. Now, when you turn on the one in your left, it's the fear. So imagine that you want abundance. You want more money. You want $1 million more in 2025. But in your left hand, the flashlight shows your fears. What you don't want is bankruptcy. What you don't want is losing customers or clients. What you don't want is losing a job. What you don't want is more bills coming in that you didn't expect. And when you turn on this flashlight, it's exactly what you see. You see the images of bills coming in. You see the images of losing customers or clients or losing a job. You see the images of you hurting, stressed because you cannot pay your bills. And you feel it too. In your left hand, all the things you don't want. In your right hand, your manifestation flashlight. And you are in charge of the two. It's a totally dark room. And the fact is, this is the image that came to me. We have these flashlights. You have these flashlights already. And it's working for you day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 60 minutes an hour, 60 seconds per minute. It's working all the time. We got different parts of our brain, subconsciously, unconsciously, works for us. The one is the manifestation flashlight. The other one is the also manifestation, but manifestation of the things that we don't want to experience. And I did a presentation about this part of the brain called the RRS, which is the part, or one of the parts, but the part that is actually helping you and me and us achieving the goals we set ourselves up to. So that's kind of the manifestation flashlight. It sorts out everything. There's so much thing going on around you in your reality. There's so many things. And if you were to experience all of the things going on in your reality, go for a walk, everything going on, if you were to experience this, and I'm not kidding, science knows this, if we could take in all the things through our eyes and ears and senses, smells and like this, our brain will just crash. It will burn out. It couldn't handle all of the data. So the way we function, the way you function is that your brain is looking for the things that is important for you. And this can work like the flashlight. So the positive thing is that if you are aligned with your goals and you are doing the right things to attract or manifest the things in your life that you want, you will experience more of that. And you will, like turning on that flashlight. You turn on the flashlight, you see the 1 million more in your business, or you see the better job, or you see money coming to you. You know people, maybe it's yourself, but you know people, they say, I attract money, and they attract money. You know people say I'm a money magnet, and they are a money magnet. You know people saying that I'm very successful, and they're very successful. You probably know people who are always attracting very, very beautiful men or women in their life, or men or women who are attracting the opposite sex or the same sex, but very good loving people who are just smiling, and you're like, wow. But they use the manifestation flashlight all the time. But most of them are not aware of it because they got a file in their program. So whenever they want something, it's easy for them. They just turn on this imaginary flashlight. It's just happening all the time. Now you may ask, which I'm doing all the time, and how can I help with this? I'm sharing my learnings here and what have worked for me and my clients. Why is it that, okay, I put myself up to attract more money. I want to attract more money into my life, but it seems like it's the opposite happening. It seems like I am turning on, yes, it's the manifestation flashlight. Don't forget that. It's the manifestation flashlight, but it lights up the things that we fear, that we doubt, that we don't want to happen in our life. Why is that? Now, the reason, at least from my perspective and my story, and I've been through the whole thing. I know I say this again and again, but I was into a $1.5 million personal debt after the financial crisis. And it was a hopeless, it was a very stressful, a very frustrating and desperate situation. So I know all about that. I know that I turned on with my left hand because that was exactly what I feared. I feared that I would end up in a bankruptcy. I feared it. It was inside of me. It was whispering all the time. I fight for building, it was properties, but I ended up losing it all. And $1.5 million debt. And when I began to understand that those were the things in my program, I turned on the flashlight, but it was the flashlight with the things that I didn't want. And when I began to understand, okay, look for the things that I do want instead, which means turn on the flashlight, the manifestation flashlight in the right hand, focus on the things that I do want, look for those things. And when I began to work with these things, I ended up paying off the debt, creating a company with 60 people and a revenue of $1.5 million per year. And I sold that business. So it's so important to understand that we have these choices. I'm not saying this is easy. I know a lot of people say just do this, and you will attract a lot of money. But from my perspective, from what I've been through and what I've learned and what I've seen, and also the mentors that I've had, and I spend a lot of money on mentors and I learned a lot, I haven't really seen, maybe sometimes it happens, but I've seen that it also take the action, right? So we have to do the things. If we keep turning on the same flashlight, if you keep turning on the same flashlight and just hoping the next time you turn it on, it's going to turn and light up on the things that you want. But if it's just hoping and you don't consciously taking the actions to shift from the left flashlight to the right flashlight, you'll keep experiencing the same things. And I do believe there's a quote, and I do believe it's Einstein or something. Let me know in the comments if you remember who this is, that said that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a new result is insanity, right? So to make us use the right flashlight, the things you want in your life, one of the biggest thing for me is the intention of what is it that you want. Make sure that you know what it is that you want and be very consciously. That helps me with this flashlight thing, that okay, now I see something I don't want in my life. All right. Now, I see something I don't want in my life. And my habit is that when I see that, I say, okay, it's constantly things I don't want in my life. Again, another bill. Why do I always have bills showing up in my email or in my whatever, where you get it? I'm using this one, the left flashlight. Consciously decide to use the manifestation flashlight in the right hand. Turn on your manifestation flashlight, which lights up the things that you do want. So when this is something that really worked well for me. So when I see things that I don't want, instead of putting too much energy into that, meaning turning on my left flashlight and focusing on it, I say, okay, this is something I don't prefer this thing. I intentionally, with focus, with my conscious mind, turn on the manifestation flashlight in the right hand and say, I want to focus on bringing in more money, growing my business, meeting great, loving people who I love to spend time with, getting in a better shape, becoming a better person myself, becoming more loving myself. That's what I want to focus on. I turn on my manifestation flashlight in the right hand. So this is just a help, like I said. Image of, okay, there's something I don't want. I turned on the left hand flashlight. This is what I don't want. And say, good, now I know that. You know now this is what you don't want. Turn on the manifestation flashlight in your right hand and just imagine that it lights up the thing that you do want, and then walk toward the thing you do want. So you're in this dark room. Imagine in this dark room, all the things you don't want, all the things you do want. You turn on with your left hand. You see something you don't want. Well, in that dark room, if it's something you don't want, you will not put more light on it, right? So you turn it off again, and you turn on the one in your right hand, and you look for the things that you do want. And when you find the things that you do want, let's say you go into a storage room and you're looking for something, and and you turn on your manifestation flashlight, you find the thing that you do want. Wow, this is what I do want. Then you walk over and you take it, right? So turn on your manifestation flashlight like this. Just keep doing this. It's amazing how many great things, how much abundance, manifestation of money, of better health, of better relationship will begin to show up in your life. Just turn on your manifestation flashlight. So, all right, guys, I put a link below. So if you want to get my 5 questions that really helped me to shift some of my inner dialogue around money, and it's recently I went through the questions again, so I put them down in a quick PDF, and if you want that, there's a link below the video, so you can just grab that and begin asking yourself those questions already today, because that's another thing. When we begin asking ourselves different kind of questions, our mind will open up to that. And then maybe even imagine that you have your manifestation flashlight in your right hand when you ask yourself these questions, and just imagine that you're turning it on, and then let the answers come by itself. All right? Lots of love. See you in the next one.